Hi everyone, Ellen Jaffe Jones with Realty ONE Group Skyline in Sarasota, and I'm here with Rich Carroll with Home Team Inspection Services. And in part two of what to look for when you're checking out a house, this is our property from our company. So if you like what you see, please be sure to contact me and we'll get you in touch. All right, so we are looking at some pretty amazing floors here by this very amazing fireplace, very well tied in. We're not totally sure what materials it's made out of. Could be travertine, could be porcelain on the floor, who knows? Check that out with a tile expert. But Rich is here to tell us what to look for in floors. I've had clients, they want to know if it's on a slab with rebar, that kind of thing. So what do you say?
So yeah, this house is on a slab, and that means you've got poured concrete, and then they lay the tile over the top of that. Depending on how close it is to water, there may be pilings underneath it also. I would have to look up at the county and see how it was built. But either way, pretty well laid out. One of the things I really like about this is you got a lot of light coming in from the double doors in front, and then the other front door, and then on top of that you got the skylight. So this really is a pretty layout for a house. We do have a crack in this room here in the entryway. It appears to be primarily just the tile itself. I don't feel anything underneath it that would scare me about the slab itself, but you would have a couple of options. One, you can look at replacing these tiles that are broken, or you can look at what's underneath it and see what makes sense. A tile person will know how to take care of that. And if you do come across a crack in the slab, that is not the end of the world. They have people that can repair those too. But this right here looks more cosmetic than anything to me.
And the same thing with the doors down here?
Yeah, the doors are gonna have to be replaced. They're not in good shape, but the frame and the doors, you can get those all in one unit, and they order them, and then people that door mechanic will come in and put it all in one unit and take care of it. It's really kind of a smooth operation. Buy the house, come watch them do it, because it's kind of cool how they put them in. Just watch them drill the holes and make sure that the door closes just quietly and smoothly. It's kind of cool.
Fun. Some other things, maybe let's talk about, because it's on the water here and a gorgeous property on the canal, like 5 minutes, you're in the Gulf of Mexico from the Manatee River. Let's talk about water and sinks. Where's your favorite place to go here to look at the sinks and talk about that?
The thing that I like to do under these sinks is I'm going to want to look in all the drawers, the sinks. I'm going to want to pull as much light in between this and see what the dishwasher looks like. This right here, this is probably going to take a little bit of work. You can see in here that it's pretty dirty. We got some bowing here. This is previous water damage. It's had moisture in here at some point, and then probably back in here also. Looks like the pipe is copper coming in for feed, and then somebody at some point has likely replaced the PVC. Whatever originally came with the house with PVC, and I don't believe there's an active leak right now, but we don't have the water on, so until the water's on, we won't know that for sure. We're always going to check that for any kind of an active leak. You want to make sure you take care of those. You also reach under there, you can get a whiff of musty odor. We're going to recommend that you test for mold. Let's make sure that we're all breathing stuff that's going to help us live longer. We live in the most beautiful place on earth. Let's stay here as long as we can and enjoy it, right? So
absolutely. And it just doesn't cost, it doesn't cost that much to take care of it.
In the grand scheme of things, much better to know and to correct it than to say, it's probably okay and I can just wash it out with a little Clorox. Better just to know and do it right. So, take care of any kind of mold issues that you have right up front. There's lots of good remediation companies, people that can assess it. Get somebody that's licensed on both sides to do that. Your assessor should be licensed with the state of Florida. Your remediator should be licensed with the state of Florida. That means that they're going to follow some procedures and have some training and understand what they're dealing with. They're not going to be a fly-by-night company. That's why you have to be licensed in Florida to do mold.
So let's look at the ceiling now, because that's often a good indicator of other things that might be going on. I know sometimes up north we would go, oh my gosh, there's a crack in the ceiling and you got to replace the roof. But maybe not so much.
Yeah, I wouldn't look at that particular. That's a ridgeline crack, and likely as not, there's a fair amount of putty along that ridge line, and that's what's cracking. The house is pulling a lot of humidity, and it's not going to hold up particularly well. So that's patchable. I'm more concerned about the little, and it's very faint, but there's a light spot that you can see is kind of brown right across from that speaker there. That could be mold, could be moisture getting through the sheetrock, and that does concern me a little bit because there could be some kind of moisture coming from there. The other place that I like to look for potential leaks and stuff, we have an air leak. This is probably air up by this light up here where it's getting dirty. That's just air from the attic being drawn into the house. And so again, that's another place that we could get mold spores in the house. So it's a good place to get rid of.
Okay, Rich, thank you so much for being with us today and telling us what to look for when you are getting your home inspected. If you like this, be sure to like below and subscribe. Thank you for watching.